I don't know why I was going to say letter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
And my name is Paul Rowe.
He's back, everybody. Everyone look
I'm
at Paul.
back! Yay!
Hooray!
It's good to be back, man. It feels great.
So we've missed a Paul's birthday and a trip to California and
We got a
all
lot
kinds
to
of
talk about, man.
fun and exciting shit to get into. But before we get into it, I'll give a shout out to Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gains.com. They are an apparel company that you can wear comfortably in and out of the gym, as well as they make great athletic equipment. They help yeah. I'm telling you guys, one day I'm gonna sit and all these, reads. It's not even reads, but companies I shout out. I'm gonna do it without like stuttering all over myself. It's gonna happen. It will.
I believe you.
It's gonna happen. But GorillaGains.com. Check them out. Use the discount code Jake15 to save you 15% on your entire order. My next shout out will be to Royalty Nutrition. That's royaltynutrition.com. And to help me out with that is Warhorse.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
That's right. Royalty Nutrition. They are a veteran-owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to the cheapest ingredient when they're making their formulas. They make no fake promises about what their products do to help you along your fitness goals. They just say they're going to help you along your way to your fitness goals. Check them out and use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. My last shout out of the evening will be to the FitOps Foundation. That's fitops.org. Check them out. If you are a veteran or active duty service member or even reserve service member that is about to end your time or have some leave saved up, Jesus Christ, Paul.
Mute yourself, sir, on your phone.
Doing the
somewhere.
show for two. Doing the show for
there is
2
a
fucking years.
mute button.
2 years. 2 years. Over 2 years.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Welcome back, buddy.
I'm a bit rusty. I apologize.
I don't even know. I don't even know if you can call it rust or just blatant disrespect at this point.
I would never, ever, ever disrespect you, brother. Ever.
Blatant disrespect. All right, well, it's fitops.org. They help veterans rediscover their purpose after their service to the nation by not just becoming certified personal trainers, but becoming highly qualified personal trainers. And hey, if you decide to get out of the fitness space and engage in other activities, they also help you learn life skills to help you cope with civilian life. If you're looking for a great not-for-profit to donate to, it's fitops.org/donate. Okay, Paul, you can.
Hey, what you gonna do?
You fucking schmuck.
This fucking guy, huh? Who
Hey,
got
watch
this
this.
guy onto the show?
Watch this. Me.
He's now muted. All you, sir.
Oh, no, I get it. And I don't appreciate the sarcasm, sir. You know, you're making me feel really stupid right now. And that's okay.
Give me you tears, you giant baby. My God.
Anyways, I'm going to give my first shout out to our brother, Mr. Ryan Harvey. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this amazing show. I apologize that I have not been here for the last few weeks. Shit's been going on, man. I've been working a lot, been out of town, things been going on, and I do apologize about that. And I'm doing my best to make sure that that does not happen again. That make excuse me, to make sure that we are on track every week Wednesday. That way you can expect to hear from us. But if it wasn't for Ryan, we wouldn't have this amazing show. And I can't thank you enough, Ryan, for giving us this opportunity. Like Ryan, or like Jake just said, we've been doing this for 2 years. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this, man. And I can't thank you enough. So anybody out there, if you're wanting to get your own YouTube up, if you want to get your own podcast up, if you're into gaming, you want to get your own game cast up, or whatever the terminology is for that, I apologize. But Ryan is the man to do that, and he can make it happen. I promise you, he is a genius when it comes to excuse me, Jesus. He is a genius when it comes to this shit, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Not to mention, he has his own moving company. Man, he works his ass off, man. He has started this thing from the ground up, and to say what he's accomplished it's understand whatever word I use, because I couldn't be more proud of what he has accomplished. And he is on time, he's diligent, he makes sure the job is done right. You don't have to ever worry about your product being ruined or harmed. He has everything put together, and I promise you, if
And now Paul has figured out how to mute himself.
This may be the best intro we've ever done. If we could just cut this, we just need to cut it.
Ever in history.
Yeah, we just need to cut it, and this needs to be our next.
Wait, let me see if I can help him out. Hold on. I muted the guests. The guests has muted themselves. He just keeps doing it.
hello,
There he is.
can you hear me?
Hey, buddy!
He found the mute button.
Hello.
You're good.
Hello.
Oh, Polly, we love you.
Hello.
We're
Can you
here.
hear
Hey,
me?
can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello.
I think his earbuds just died.
Yeah.
He's troubleshooting everything but them. Paul, can you hear us? So I guess I can take this opportunity to thank Paul for the kind words until he decided oh, hold on.
That was me.
Let's see if we got him back.
There we go. I apologize, everybody. I was getting a spam phone call, and I don't know how to get it back to. I don't know. It just automatically mutes me when if I get a text or a phone call. So I apologize about that. So what I was saying is that Ryan is amazing at what he does with his job. So if you're looking for any type of moving experience, if you're looking for any type of moving needs, please reach out to Buy to Buy. He does an incredible job. His company, again, is Buy to Buy. It's BUYTOBYE. He will meet your needs and go above and beyond. Trust me on that. My next shout out I'm going to give out to is Advanced Physical Therapy. If it wasn't for them, I would not be able to continue doing my day-to-day job, which is being a plumber, and the rigorous manual labor that I've been having to endure. I tell you what, Mandy and her staff is just incredible. So if you're looking to get out of pain, not having to worry about getting addicted to medicine or having to take any type of pills, I'm telling you, there's a better way to do it. Advanced Physical Therapy is the way to go. Mandy is the physical therapist over there. And again, like I said, her staff is incredible. They help me stay out of pain. I see them once a week, and that's all I need. And I love them. So if you're ever looking to check them out, it's advancedphysicaltherapy.com. They're located out in Gilbert, Arizona, and that is off of, I believe, Higley and Pecos. Yes, Higley and Pecos. So give them a check out. Next shout I'm going to give out to is my old home group. That's the 4D, Fourth Dimension. The home, that's my old men's group, and it's over located in the Pigeon Coop Hall, and that is located over off of 60 and Rural in Tempe, Arizona. It's in the same parking lot as a Denny's and an AMF bowling alley. If you're looking for a really good meeting, men only, I apologize, ladies, but if you're looking for a really good men's meeting, 4D, that's where I got my sobriety from. And the men that I met in there were just incredible, and they're continuing their great work in that meeting. And they hold the meeting on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. And again, it's called 4D. But for everybody else, check them out, pigeoncoop.org. They have a meeting hall list, and they have a range of different meetings that you can check out. So please give a look, because I promise you, the people that you'll meet in there are just incredible. That's where I got my early sobriety on, and I couldn't be more thankful for it. Next and last shout I'm going to give out to is my brother Kyle Summers. I cannot speak more highly about him. The work that he's doing, he's a therapist over at Purpose Healing Center, which is a rehab located out in Scottsdale, Arizona. You can check them out at purposehealingcenter.com. They are growing like crazy, which means that they are helping more and more people. And that just warms my heart, because COVID-19, I know it's a real thing. I know it's a pandemic, but also, guess what? Drug addiction is also a pandemic. And this fentanyl shit and the big pharma companies, they are fucking killing our people. And we need to wake up and realize that. And what Kyle's doing, and what Purpose Healing Center is doing, and what a variety and range of rehabs are doing across this nation, is they're helping people figure out their life and get off this shit and get sober. It can happen, I promise you. Life is better without this shit in your life, man. I can contest to this, Jake can contest to this, and millions of other people can contest to this. So if you're looking for help, check them out, purposehealingcenter.com. My brother Kyle Summers, mention my name if you want to. He'd be more than happy. Again, he's my brother. I encourage anybody that's looking for help, please reach out a hand, man, because that's all you need to do. Reach out and someone else will grab it. I promise you that. That's all I got. I can't hear you.
He knows.
Oh,
There he is.
Hey, I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna kill these dogs. It's gonna happen
no, don't say that.
with love.
So,
No, like
Jeff,
I was. I mean, like I was telling you guys, man. I woke up in such a great mood today. I woke up in a great mood. Nothing was gonna keep me down.
You have
And
a pep in your
then,
step?
man, I did. I was, just like, even like the kids doing kid stuff that I tell them not to do every day. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then, man, yeah. So Ryan hit me up to come help him do a job
today?
today, and
Yep.
babysitters fell through, and I've been in a shit mood ever since.
Oh no,
Dude, I like.
Don't say that, man.
Well, I
Fuck,
mean, no,
I
and
feel
it's
bad.
not. It's no. It's not your. It is 100% not your fault. It's just it's like it stems from a lot of things. So I don't live in a. I don't live in a traditional gender role household.
Sure.
Okay, Brittany is the main breadwinner, and I know that that's okay, but sometimes that irks me, right? So I'm not. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not contributing um, as much as I feel like I could at times, and getting just an opportunity every now and again to just go bring a little bit of extra cashish into the house, and then that getting denied, it's
Little sting to it.
it's like there's it's that emasculation we've talked about a lot. It's like there's no way you can describe that. There's
Yep.
no way you can
Yep.
describe that to a woman. And she was, she came down and was like, "What's your problem? What's your problem?" I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't, because I don't know how to approach that. It's like, so you know how like you feel like your balls got cut off,
Well,
like
Nicki Minaj is giving vaccine advice based off of her cousin's testicle situation, apparently.
I went and I read all of her tweets, and she's talking about how she's definitely going to get vaccinated because she's going to go on tour. She just wants to make sure she's taking the one that's the best option for her and her family. And then the tweet that was the big balls tweet was like, just be sure. It was basically just be sure you're doing the right thing for you and your body. Even though,
No, sir.
I was reading it, man.
Sir.
I went and read it.
She said, my cousin in Trinidad and Tobago.
My cousin's friend.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's not even her direct cousin, but her cousin's friend in Trinidad and Tobago got the vaccine, and now his balls are inflamed. That is what it said.
Yeah.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
is a terrible declaration, knowing how effective the vaccines are and how low in the side effects. So, like, had you ever heard anybody complaining about that symptom prior to this? The answer is no.
no.
Sir. Right.
No.
The answer is no. That's because most men who have that happen to them, in terms of emasculation, like you just said, probably not going to bring that mess up.
No.
So
And,
yeah,
and it's probably not from a vaccine either.
and guess what? Now the actual government of Trinidad and Tobago says that no patient on their island has such symptoms. So no matter what she says, she's lying because they went out of their way to say, "Oh, you gonna bring attention to the island? Nah, no thanks." So now it's an even bigger deal, all because she had to say something stupid that's unprovable that doesn't even help the conversation at all. So, high five.
Hey.
Anyway, so yeah, you had a tough time this morning,
Yeah.
and I don't even know if the delivery was as close to you as I thought it was, but it was definitely something that I wanted to make sure you had an opportunity to do.
Well, see, and it's not even that. Like Ryan, you could be like, "I need you to come with me to New Mexico," and I'd be like, "On it."
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I mean, Colleen, she was the breadwinner in our house for years, and I mean, technically, I'm sure I made close to the amount that she did, but I had to do it from several different sources. I could never do it from one job, and she definitely could do it easily.
Right.
So yeah, there's a level of that feeling, like you said, a non-traditional household having the motivation or the drive to just be the provider. So
Well, she was saying something the other day about I'd switch with you in a heartbeat, and I said, "Okay, quit your job." She goes, "I can't." I said, "Okay, then we can't."
no,
You know,
you definitely can. She just can't drop everything and then
No, right.
right. I think she's
Right.
focused on the transition more than
No, I understand that, but I was just like, look, like, if anything, so how her hours work, and so she works from 5 in the morning until 1:30. Okay, so that means making sure everyone's up and ready for school and stuff, and babies are fed other than boob stuff. It's on me in the morning.
yeah.
All right. and I take the kids to school. I hang out with Ruth and Marley all day. And when she gets off at 1:30, if it's the early days, I'm off to get the kids. And I'm not complaining about any of this because I understand that's my role. There's 5 kids, right? But even if I were to go get something part-time, swing shift, late night, I'm still waking up at 5 in the morning to do all of this crap too.
No doubt.
And, and it's frustrating to me. It's very frustrating because as much as I really do love my family and being in my family, I have always been a very independent person.
No, really? You?
Yeah, stubborn.
No.
Stubborn, cranky.
Don't say. No way.
And so just a little
I
thing.
don't know you at all.
Yeah, man. But even just a little thing like, you can't do that job today. Oof. And that's where I was at. And I was letting her know, I was like, you got to understand, I'm not mad at you. I am 100% not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at the kids. I'm very much just upset about a situation. You got to let me process it.
So you're still agitated by it?
Yeah.
As of now. So what is your process to get out of this funk?
Well, now I'm willing to talk about it.
Okay, step 1.
Communication's always key.
I had to stop and let my brain process really why I was so upset in the first place before I spoke on it. And this is one of those things that I've told her a lot too. And it's like, listen, if I'm quiet, just let me be quiet, because that's me making sure that the words I'm going to use aren't hurtful, and they're not, and they're the right words. They're not, me just talking to hear my own voice and attack, because I'm not trying to attack. I'm not trying to attack her. She's done nothing wrong. It's just, I was just thoroughly pissed off. And I was like, I can't take this out on my wife and kids.
I think on the streets they call that in your feelings.
Yes. Oh, you didn't even like my Instagram post there, Mr. Harvey.
Uh-oh.
Grand Chameleon.
Here it is. Here's the social media. The social media call out outside of social media.
It's all coming.
What didn't you like?
It's all coming out. It's all coming out. So on Twitter.
So now you brought it up. Please expound. Yes.
So on Twitter, Ice-T, someone asked Ice-T if he ever hung out with or knew Henry Rollins. Right? Black Flag.
I know who Henry
Rollins
Rollins is, but why would that question? That's an odd question for Ice-T to be asked.
Have you ever heard of Body Count, sir?
No.
You need to look up Ice-T. You need to look up Ice-T's group Body Count.
Oh no shit! Okay.
It'll all come together. But
all right.
But yeah, they played Lollapalooza together in '96, and so we put a picture of Ice-T and Henry Rollins on stage together, fist bumping on stage. And I was like, "This is the most badass thing I've seen," and you or I'll see all day. And then I saved it and I put it on Instagram, and I was something like, when DJ Swirl and I get ready for another Sober Truth episode, just up on stage rocking it out, he just didn't say nothing.
Oh, Ryan, damn,
nothing.
Dude.
Now,
bro,
now,
it's hurting the man's feelings.
Did you send this to me in multiple places?
No,
because I saw this. And
oh no, yeah,
I liked it somewhere.
I'll pull it up right now.
I don't know where that is, but I do know that I saw it, and I thought it was in your story. I replied to it.
No, I put
Um,
it on I put it on the Sober Swole Pods story. But no, looking at the likes right now.
I guess this episode is going to be entitled "In Your Feelings" because
It's just, I'm in them. I'm all in.
yeah,
Just
all the
letting,
way. Okay, let's take a
letting
deep
it,
dive.
I live, I live in an estrogen heavy household. My, I don't lift like I used to.
So
Uh, I just,
is this the most Wu Tang thing you've done today?
no, this is the least Wu Tang thing I've ever done.
Because I'm pretty sure you reached out to us and said, "Hey, you guys really need to watch this Wu Tang," but you're acting like
Dude,
hella housewives right
no,
now.
yeah, because I am a housewife. I just went over this.
I'm gonna have to check this shit out, man.
That was part of my problem, Ryan. I am a housewife.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Did you watch the Wu Tang documentary on Apple?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's fucking amazing, man. You should
I,
watch that.
whatever the first
Okay.
one is, or the first set, the first half, whatever the first one they released, I saw that one.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
one that was on Apple.
Yeah, so I saw that, but I have not seen the Hulu
This,
interpretation, and it's like in season. It has a couple seasons now, right?
Dude, yeah, I'm still in season 1, but I'm telling you, this is the best television I have seen in maybe ever.
Shit, I'll try
This
it
is
tonight as soon as we get done with this.
such a good show. Like, if I didn't have to get up and do shit in the mornings, that's what I'd be. I would have watched all of it already. Like, holy shit, I love this show.
That is quite the endorsement, sir.
Yep,
It is indeed.
and I'll do it again. But, man.
So what's been going
And it-
on, gents? It's been a while.
Well, we've been here.
Yeah.
True.
What's been going on
True.
with you, sir?
Wow. Let's see here. Lots have been going on, man. There's a period of time that I worked a exuberant amount of hours that my brain was fried and was making good money, so I'm not complaining about that. However, the way let's just essentially say the wool that was placed over my eyes is being removed now. And I'm starting to see this company for what it is and how it's ran. And unfortunately, this guy doesn't know how to run a company. I'm not saying I've ever ran a company myself, so I don't know. I can say I could run it better. However, just seeing what he's doing, how things are getting scheduled, and how we're being dispersed, and I'm being treated like a little bitch essentially, and being left to myself to go dig when I've been there almost 3 months and haven't done any plumbing at all. Like it, so I haven't been trained like I was told I was, and things like that. So it's been frustrating. I've been dealing with that. However, I've been looking into schools, and I'm gonna apply to a school, and it's a 12-week program, and gonna go do that, and then hopefully one of Dez's clients. Actually, that's how I got introduced to my boss. He runs his own company and does high-end homes, plumbing, that type of plumbing. So he's looking to hire somebody in January to properly hire. So the plan is he's going to hire me in January. So I'm just going to bite my time right now and work with him, work where I'm at. You know, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm getting paid for it though, and other than that, let's see here. I had my birthday what was it, last week?
Yep.
Birthday. So that weekend prior, it was Saturday. Didn't do shit. Dez fucking sold $106,000 in August and car audio shit by herself. So her bonus is gonna
Girl.
be fat. But like, so both of us just been working insane hours and not seeing each other and shit. So Saturday we did nothing. Sunday we cleaned the entire house, and Des came home with a recliner chair that I've always wanted, and we redesigned the house and then cleaned it from top to bottom. And then Monday, we went out and got my outfit, or got our outfits for my cousin's wedding that we just had this last weekend. And then Des asked me, "Hey, do you want your gift now or do you want to wait?" I was like, "Well, the question is, can you wait?" And she was like, "Well, just tell me, what do you want?" I was like, "I'll wait." And she's like, "You're an asshole." I was like, "See, I fucking knew it. That was a test. You can't wait."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Well, so let me backtrack. While we're cleaning the house, next to the bag of my gift was a bullet." And I was like, "That's fucking weird. Why is there a bullet there?" So I just put it in my pocket. Well, I guess Des watched me. Her original plan was to fucking put bullets around the house to kind of leave clues as to what my present was. And so we were cleaning the house, and I just put it in my pocket and didn't even think about it. So I ended up getting my gift, and it's something I've wanted for a long time. She got me a Smith & Wesson ST9 VE. I love this gun very much. I've been training myself on the proper usage of this firearm, and I'm very proud of myself of how I've been handling it. And I can't wait to go take it out to the range and fire it. I can't believe how expensive ammunition is. Holy shit. She got a great deal on the firearm, but she got me, so the firearm, two magazines, and then two 30 round boxes, total of $500. But the box of ammunition was almost $2 a bullet. And so I've been training myself on that. I've already disassembled it. I've learned all the ins and outs of this gun. I've been getting into that. So my next purchase is going to be an AR. I was talking about it with my cousins and my brother over my cousin's wedding this past weekend. And so they're going to teach me how to build it. My brother just got a drilling press. So he's going to help. All I need to do is just buy the lower, and then he's going to help me build the upper. And so I just been researching, just kind of get myself involved in firearms and what it is, and the different guns and different types of ammunition and the different calibers. And I'm still going to get my CCW, even though the state doesn't require it. However, it does help you in case you are pulled over by the police. Not to mention, it's either 26 or 27 states recognize that CCW. So, and for those that don't know, that's your concealment weapons permit to be able to conceal your weapon, which again, like I said, in Arizona, you don't need a permit to do so. However, I want to play by the book, and I'm also going to be taking a course that costs $120 that I'm going to do to properly teach me how to holster my weapon, how to pull it out quickly, how to properly use it. And so that way I know how to properly use my weapon. But I am thankful and grateful that I got this gun, and I can't wait to build my, what's the word? My arsenal. And so then I had my birthday. Birthday sucked. The whole day just spent by myself, which I wasn't. I guess I had expectations because we had all agreed, my boss and my coworkers, that we're going to all go out to dinner because Osaka, which is a teppanyaki grill place, they will give you a free meal for your birthday. And so the plan was to have my coworkers, my boss, and Des, and all of us go celebrate my birthday for dinner after we all got done working. None of that. The whole day just went to shit. I was by myself, and I was just bummed out. And so, but me and ended up going by ourselves. I got lobster and filet mignon, which I've always wanted. It was fantastic. And so she made the night great for me. And then the rest of the week was great. And then we flew out Thursday night to go to my cousin's wedding out in California. And the flight was delayed 2 hours, which sucked, but it is what it is. And so got to go visit my sister. She just bought a house with my brother-in-law. Got to see their house. I love it. It's perfect for them. And then we went to my cousin's wedding, which was at a campground. My mother had rented trailers for us, and I had gotten asked to be the flower man in her wedding. And for those that you don't know what a flower man is, it's a gimmick that's now going around in weddings that essentially you, instead of being a flower girl, you're the flower man. And I was the flower man. I went out, I got a white suit with a flower shirt and a pink tie, and got some 80s sunglasses on Amazon. And my cousin got me a fanny pack and some flower petals. And I sent it to the boys, and it showed them the video, but ended up working out great. And the wedding was a great time, except the caterers didn't show up, which sucked. And my cousin was just
Hell yeah.
going eight. Oh, dude, she was going ballistic about it. And so me and my brother-in-law and Des were like, "Fuck this!" So we ran up to the store to Vons and got 130 burgers, dogs, buns, condiments, all that shit. Because they had, those wood fire grills where you can, where it's got the chain, you can roll down it's about 8 foot long grill that you can roll down into a wood fire, a wood fire grill. Know what I'm talking about? So they had those on the campground. So we got cold. So we got the first round of burgers and dogs going, and the fucking caterers showed up 4 hours late, which 2/3 of the guests had left because they were waiting for the food and they were hungry and they just couldn't wait anymore. It sucked, man. But we made the best of it.
Well, those rat bastards.
Yeah. So, dude, my cousin. So I have 30 first cousins on my mother's side. And so
Shit.
my one of my cousins, Miranda, she was my other cousin's maid of honor. Dude, she's a woman that you did not want to fuck with, and she purposely did not eat food so that way she could maintain her anger to have her conversation with them. She kept telling all of us, she's like, "No, no, go." And then my mother went up, she's like, "No, Miranda, you got to eat." She's like, "No, I need to maintain this." I was like, "Oh, shit."
That's like the most traditional Catholic family I've ever heard. Here's my
Bro,
9 billion first cousins.
it's Irish, bro. What can I say? They like.
What do you mean?
Oh man, yeah, dude. It was a good weekend. Ended up coming home Sunday, and then just been working this week. So yeah, that's what's been going on. My daughter's driving now 100%, and she's now in dual enrollment for college, which is blowing my mind. But it's also going to cost $500 fucking dollars. Again, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, the big picture, that's super cheap, and she's, I can't speak more highly of my daughter. Like seeing the kids, and I love my family to death, but there's just certain cousins out there that they are promiscuous, as I should say, and I'm just very grateful that my daughter is so attentive to her studies, and she's a go-getter and an overachiever, and I'm so grateful. So yeah, $500, it stings a little with everything that's going on in my life, but it is what it is. I'm grateful for it. Dom, he made it to a special basketball program, which I'm fucking proud of him for doing this. So we have to do 6 weeks every weekend in Tucson, and it's me and Shannon, my ex-wife, we're gonna split. Dude, seriously? I'm recording right now, dude. Do you not see the phone? The phone. See the camera right there? Yeah. See, people are watching me talk right now. Can you get off? Benny, off. Come on, off. Come on, off. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you too. Okay. Anyways, fuck. What was I talking about?
Talking about how proud you are of your kids and all the crazy shit they got going on.
Oh yeah, so Dom's in the basketball program. So for the next 6 weeks, me and Shannon have to alternate driving him down to Tucson at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday to have basketball tournaments. Off. But this was, I don't want to call it like an elite squad. It's not like that prestigious, but it's the fact that he made this team. It's going to look good on his record. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Because the season starts, tryouts start in November, I believe. I want to say it's November that tryouts start, and so the team that he made right now for this tournament team, he made junior varsity, and he's a freshman right now. Oh no, actually no, shit, he's a sophomore now. Because him and Bree just went up. Yeah, so Dom's a sophomore, Bree's a junior. But so Bree is part of her student. She's the president of her student council, so they have to go to the football games, and that's something that I've been able to relate with Brianna because I've been paying attention. Because Higley, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Williamsfield and Higley are rivals. And so the opening game was Higley and Williamsfield blew them away. And they actually have someone on their team right now that's had 5 offers from Division I schools.
Sick.
He's the #1 running back in the state of Arizona.
That's good shit.
So,
Good
dude.
kid.
So, yeah, man. Williamsfield, they got a good football program, man. From the stats that I was reading up a couple weeks ago, that they'll do pretty good this year.
Well, good.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I'm just focusing on, now that we got my cousin's wedding done, now it's just focusing on my wedding and getting all that taken care of. And, it's coming quick. And so I'm just doing what I do. I stay busy. I'm working, except for the last couple of days, which kind of sucked, but it is what it is, man. It's thank God I had a 12-hour day on Monday. So as of right now, I'm under 4 hours for a full 24-hour week. So I'll probably make it up tomorrow and Friday. So God willing, I've learned to accept what it is. I don't get emotional about things. I don't allow outside circumstances that I have zero control over to affect me anymore.
Good.
Yeah,
well, I was going to bring up too when you were talking about your job. And I know you're not satisfied with your training and what's going on. But you got to think about it in the grand scheme of things. In a real life trade, which is what plumbing is, you haven't been there. You know what I mean?
No, I don't follow.
Okay, so basically, at this point in time, you are a, what is it before a journeyman? You're a
apprentice.
You're an apprentice.
Correct.
Right? You're still in the apprenticeship of your program.
Right.
And a lot of times the apprenticeship of that program is bitch work.
And you know what, dude? Me and my pops were having the exact same conversation. He said the exact same thing that you're saying right now. And the thing that I said to him is, you're absolutely correct. And I have no problem paying my dues. But at the same time, I've done so many fucking trade works. Like I said earlier, I've been working for 25 years, dude. And I've done a shit ton of trade work under my time. And by this time, I have handled tools. I have done work, whatever the trade may be, framing, electrical, tile, concrete, whatever it may be. By this time, by 3 months, my hands have been on tools, and I've been having someone watch me fucking do it. And
This is a
I haven't
whole
touched a
different.
single.
You got to realize though that this is this dude's show. You know, he's the master. He's the master craftsman. He's got people that have been there. He's got people that have been there longer than you.
He's got
He's
one
got
guy that's been there
okay.
that's
Hey,
longer than
hey,
me.
okay. Listen, there are. I'll put it in the firefighter perspective of things. There are firefighters that have been at a same station past their probationary period, but they don't get any new probationary firefighters. Well, guess what? That dude still is. You know, because
Hmm.
it's part of it. You in how it was put to us in the Marine Corps is, you know, when you're fresh out of boot camp, you're a boot, right? You're fresh out of your school, you don't know shit about dick, you're a boot. You're a boot.
Right.
Period. End of discussion. Suck it up, tough shit. Right? But you're always going to be a boot to somebody. Because you're going to have guys that have been in longer than you, that understand things better than you do, and you are their boot. Up until I'm not trying to tell you to just shut up and stick with it, because that's really none of my business at the end of the day. But
No,
you're dealing.
I'll stop you right now. Like, you're now the fifth person that has said the exact same thing that you're saying to me right now. So I know part of it has to do with I know a lot of it has to do with my perspective and my outlook on the situation. But at the same time, I will say a small percentage is revolved around the sense that no one is there and seeing how things are being operated and seeing how, like, it's not ran right, man. And it
Okay.
sucks because I'm the type of guy that needs, I shouldn't be going to my boss trying to track you down to tell me what my job's going to be tomorrow. Like, if you're telling me that we're so busy and we're scheduled out weeks in advance, well, then where's that schedule at? Like, I understand things come up and it's not going to be perfect, but the fact that I'm getting information the morning of, like, I want to know how many hours I can get to sleep. What time do I need to go to bed? Like, it's just a courtesy thing that I would expect my boss, because I would do that to my employees.
Okay. I'm
Just a
getting where you're
courtesy
coming from
thing.
too. I get where you're coming from too, but also that just means that there is a level of trust that your boss has for you as well. I mean, yeah, it's a courtesy thing, and I'm sure you got to think he's running the whole operation too. And probably the last thing on his mind is sending that text out, which is why it comes in so late too. I'm
I
just,
guess it's just
and
because that's how I run
I'm,
things. I think
I,
about things like that.
I know, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know this dude. I don't know how. I mean, you're the one that hands on the. I'm just trying to put an outside perspective on things.
I'll give
No, no,
you
Like,
I
the,
get it.
I'll give you an inside perspective. I text Jake this morning, "Hey man, are you available for a gig in a few hours?" The exact same thing. I feel like a complete asshole every single time I do it because my intention was to have the gig taken care of. Unfortunately, things transpired outside of my control, and I then had to make that adjustment to make sure that my business transactions still went through. So, in terms of him not being able to fulfill, an expectation ahead of time, I would then ask, what have you done on your end to help him? To send him a text at a certain time each night, said, "Hey man, I haven't heard from you. What's tomorrow looking like?" Like a very simple thing like that gives me the urgency as the business owner to say, "Oh, I did not give him the courtesy that he deserved. Now I'll give him even more urgency because he was proactive in knowing that I'm overwhelmed. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense, and
So then,
those are the things that I'm referring to that people don't know that I'm doing those things.
so you're
I'm
texting him the night
texting the day
before.
before.
Okay.
I'm calling him. Hey, like even like so on Monday, for example, I called him. I called him Sunday. I didn't text him because the whole like all last week the whole texting thing wasn't working. Because I was texting the night before, he would tell me, yeah, I'm gonna send a text out, and the text would never go out. Because there's myself, Joey, Cody, and my owner boss Dan. Dan and Joey have been there. Then I've been there, and then Cody has been the recent hire, and he was an Air Force plumber for 8 years. So I've been doing these things, right? I've been texting. So Sunday, I decide I'm going to do something different. I'm going to call him. Hey, Dan, how's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. We chit chat for a second, how the weekend went. I'm like, so what's the plan for tomorrow? Oh, we got to go do this, blah, 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 at tomorrow morning. I'm like, okay, cool. What time do you want us there at? And he was like, the fuck was that? Hold on.
Good thing he's got that Smith and Wesson.
No, 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 no.
Should be ready to go.
Yeah.
Is that his?
And
Is that his only piece?
No, it's my
yeah,
fucking cat, dude. God damn it.
yeah.
Got me all paranoid and shit.
Hey,
Anyways,
that's another thing you're gonna have to be aware of now too. There, bang switch operator, guy building his arsenal.
oh no, that I already
No,
told
no, no,
Des, and I
no, no,
was
no,
having
no.
a healthy fear.
No. I need you to listen to me. You obsessive compulsive fuck.
What are you talking about?
I am all for you owning, training, and understanding firearms. Do not let it become your personality.
Oh God, no, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways,
Okay,
let me get back to my story.
I love you. Okay.
Captain pulled it out, cocked it on air.
Look at this.
No,
You know
I
what?
didn't cock it. I
Yeah.
exposed it to ensure that there's no bullet in the chamber.
Okay. All right, man. All right.
You know what I did? You know what I did when I bought my gun, Paul? I said, "Hey, I bought a gun."
Yeah, no.
And
See, yeah. Guess what though? You've been around firearms. I have not. So this was very exciting for me, dude.
which makes you playing with it on camera so much more entertaining.
Oh, bro, the day that I got it, I loaded my magazines. I put them upstairs, but then I had the gun on me for the rest of the night. I sat with it. I had it in my hand, like I was playing. Like I fucking would not put the thing down.
So you're
Because
Woody.
it's something.
You're Woody from Toy Story.
Oh yeah, for
Reach
sure.
for the sky.
Oh boy.
All right, so let me get back to my story. So
I'll have my headphones on, but I'm gonna have to run real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, so I call my boss. All right, instead of texting him, hey, what's the plan for tomorrow? He tells us we're gonna do this repipe for a sewer. I need you, Joey, and Cody there. I need you guys there to be early. Cool. What time? I'm thinking 6 o'clock. All right, perfect. Well, do me a favor. Send a text out to Cody and Joey to ensure that they are out there at the same time I am, so that way I'm not just sitting out there because I don't know what I'm doing. I'll send a text out right now. Cool, not a problem. No text comes through the group text. I don't think too much of it, so I'm thinking, okay, he probably just sent it to them on their own. So there was traffic that morning, so I ended up getting to the house at 6:15. No one's there. Call my boss, he doesn't answer. Call Joey, he doesn't answer. Call Cody. Hey, what's up? Where are you? I'm on my way. What do you mean? Oh, we're supposed to be here at 6. That's not what Dan told me. I'm like, well, what time are you supposed to be here? Well, he told me it's 7. I'm like, all right. So so Cody got there at 7:15. Joey got there at 7:30. I was there at 6:15. I sat there for an hour. Now, people would be like, "Oh, dude, you got paid to sit there for an hour." That's not the type of guy I am. And the fact that I explicitly told him, "Hey, let them know because I don't know what I'm doing." So, about 6:45, I get a text from my boss. "How's it going over there?" "What do you mean? How's it going?" "Well, are you guys working?" "No, we're not working. No one's here. I'm the only one here." "Well, start digging." "I don't have anything to fucking dig with. I don't have any shovels or chipping hammer. They're on Cody and Joey's truck." "Oh, okay." And that was it. Today, we're doing a job. Are you familiar with the intersection of Alma School and Warner?
I've been there.
Do you know where that Carl's Jr. is? Used to be. It's in the same complex as like the Sozo Coffee and that candy store.
No.
Yes, yes, yes. By
Okay,
Chase
well,
Bank.
the old Carl's. Yeah, exactly, right by Chase. Yep. So that Carl's Jr. got turned into a place called Pork on the Fork, and they're known for their barbecues. So we're doing their plumbing. Last week, my boss sent me because he needed someone to be on site. I did a walkthrough with the owner of this place. I don't know how to read plans. I don't know what the fuck he's asking. When he's asking me these questions, I'm like, I don't know. He's asking me, "Where's Dan?" I'm like, I don't know. So for people that don't know me, my biggest pet peeve in the entire world is being put into a situation when I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about or what I'm doing, and everyone else does. Like that, I can't handle that. So it's like the fact that you sent me an apprentice on a walkthrough of places that need to get plumbed and saw cut, and then the fact that he calls me 3 days later when he's there with the saw cut guys. Hey, so what are the markings? You're asking me. You're the owner, bro. You're the one who did this job. You're the one who bid this job. Why the fuck are you asking me? Like, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. So today, he's like, I need you there at Pork on the Fork, just in case the owner shows up. All right. So I meet up with Cody. Get there at 12:45. I don't get a call until 12 o'clock. Been waiting around all day. We show up, and Cody's got the plans, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. I'm like, well, there's certain areas that you can get saw cut that we're supposed to get saw cut. So he's like, let me call Dan. So he calls Dan. He's like, gets off the phone. He wants me to go to Bass Pro Shop to go handle leak and leave you here to dig. And I fucking lost. I punched the wall, which I shouldn't have reacted emotionally like that, and I apologize for that. But I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
To the
So I
wall?
called Dan.
Who are you apologizing for punching the wall?
Oh, I just the fact I shouldn't be reacting. I'm apologizing to our audience and to Cody. Like I shouldn't have reacted that way. Shouldn't allowed my emotions to get the best of me like that. And so I called Dan up. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" He's like, "Dude, I need you to dig." I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm digging." He's like, "I need you to dig underneath the footer." I'm like, "What footer?" He's like, "The footer in the corner." I'm like, "There is no footer in the corner." He's like, well, I just need someone there on site. So just pick up the trash and just clean up. Don't dig anything and wait for Cody to come back. And I was like, you want me to clean up after somebody else's fucking trash? Really? So Cody takes off. So about 2:30 rolls around. It's about an hour and a half after this whole ordeal went about. And dude, I can't just sit there. So I asked Cody for a shovel and I was digging. I maybe I was digging something I wasn't supposed to. I don't know, which fucking sucks. which because I already found out there is a section in that area in that building that I dug that didn't need to be dug. So I was working because I can't just sit there. It's just not in me to do that. And a guy comes over and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, I didn't know anyone else was in here. I'm locking the place up." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, what do I need to do to lock up?" He's like, "Well, just do this, this, and this." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I dug for about another 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, "Wait a second. All contractors are gone. There's no way in hell the fucking owner's coming to the place to check up on the work." So I hit up my boss. I'm like, "Hey, dude, the contractors, everyone left. I'm the only one here. I don't think anyone's gonna show up. All right, well, just wait till 3 o'clock and then just go home." That was my day. 3 hours worth of fucking work. That's why I'm frustrated, man. It's just like, I, I, I was not delivered what I was promised in the interview. And that's because I'm sorry, I'm the type of guy that you tell me something, I have an expectation to expect that to come to fruition. And I know it's a fault of mine. I'm fully aware of that.
Did you get paid the same to clean up instead of dig?
Oh, I didn't clean up. I dug. I'm not. I'm not
What?
picking up after somebody like because well, I don't know what I'm picking up. I could be throwing away something like that's not trash. I don't fucking know. I could like because that's happened with me with Cody and Joey like on jobs when I went to go throw something away and they're like, "What are you doing throwing that away?" I'm like, "Fuck, I thought it was trash." So when he told me to pick up trash, I'm like, one, I'm not picking up someone else's trash. Two, I don't know what the fuck if it's trash or not. Yeah, it's in a pile, but it could be in the pile for a fucking reason. I don't know. So I just dug. I exposed pipe. Just put in my earbuds like I have in right now, listen to some good old classic rock and roll, and just took my breaks, dude, because it was probably about 100. Because outside it was 106 today. In there it was probably, give or take, probably 115. But I had my fan in there with me, so it wasn't like horrible, but it's still hot as fuck.
You got paid. But you got paid the same.
I did indeed.
Sounds like a W in my book.
Yeah.
And that's why it is. And I took it as a W. It's just what what pisses me off right now
You can't.
the
You can't.
most
You can't
is that
follow up. You can't
he's
follow up a W with what pisses me off. That eliminates the W.
not in a sense because there's plenty of athletes out there that would say, "Yeah, I'll take the W, but I could have played better."
No.
So
Sure, man. Sure. You're not a professional athlete. You're not getting paid more based off of you doing more. You're getting paid a flat rate for an amount of time that you're there, right? So there are people who are clamoring to get jobs. Didn't you just get a raise?
no, that hasn't happened either. The conversation even I asked him 2 weeks ago to sit down with me. That hasn't happened.
But
The
you're
reason why I'm upset the most is because he's fucking with my wallet now. I was promised at least 40 hours a week, and I'm not getting that. And
that
that's
no,
what,
that's
like, when you start fucking with my money, that's when I have a problem.
that's a legitimate concern. So, um, but what is your alternative? If you say no, I'm not
Uh,
showing up.
I'm already got a couple offers right now, so I have to work on my resume, which I've done partially today. I'm gonna finish it up tomorrow,
Sure,
and
sure.
then there's
But
two schools that I'm
there'll
gonna
be an
contact.
interruption in your income.
Correct.
Right. So, at the very least, you can continue doing exactly what you're doing, and then just get your next situation set up to where you can tell them, okay, I'm going to start on this date, and then you just tell him in whatever fashion you deem appropriate. Hey, man, I got you until this date. This has been inconsistent. You didn't. You promised me this, and none of this, and all these things keep happening on top of the promises not being fulfilled. Like, but getting upset about it is kind of just like it feels like an unnecessary waste of energy because
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, because you're getting all worked up about something that you can literally kick your feet up and you're getting paid for it. So, yeah, the situation sucks. I understand you're not the kind of person who likes to just sit around and get paid. I don't like to do that. I like to stay busy. I'll do busy work until you need me to go if I can't leave, right? So I'm the same way. Completely understand that. That's valid, but I would just implore you to take that frustration and just flip it and use it to the motivation for your resume for the next lineup. And it sounds like you plus the thing you have lined up in January, so you've already got something else potentially ready to go. So now you can just I would suggest all of the additional things that that you do not know, get familiar with that, because like you said, you show up and you don't know what to do. Like if someone who's more seasoned would say like, oh well, in the meantime I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. And that's the kind of reliance, it's the reliance that it sounds like your boss wants, but he has an expectation for someone who is underprepared.
Well, and the other thing, it sucks too because I'm not as green as they think I am. Like I know how to do shit. Like that's what I appreciate about. There's a guy Sebastian that worked with us. He quit. And Cody, for example, Cody and Sebastian, they let me work. So when I'm on jobs with them, I'm changing out the angle stops. I'm setting in the toilets, like because I know how to do simple plumbing, but I don't know how to solder. I don't know how to sweat pipe. I don't know how to do that shit like I used to, but I need to do it again to fucking relearn it, and they're not allowing me to do it. Like yesterday, I was like, "Hey, can I do that?" And Joey's like, "No, I just want to get the shit done." And that's not the first time that response has been given to me. So I just all I've done now is I've accepted it. Today was the first time I like, yeah, I got emotional in the room, but after that moment, I accepted. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting paid. I'm gonna work, and I know something better is gonna come along. So I'm just gonna suck it up. But I do need to have a conversation with him and the fact that, hey, man, I need the hours. At least give me the fucking hours, and then I'll just go from there.
Could you watch tutorials online, YouTube, for example, about soldering and all the things that you said that you don't know? So that way, when you show up to the job, you can literally just do it.
Yeah, and so I've been doing that, and also my grandfather gave me a bunch of plumbing tools, but it was going to cost almost $500 to fucking ship them out because of the weight, and part of that is a settling torch. And so I'm going to drive out there next. It's either I think it's the second week of October. I'm going to drive out there because right now I just don't have all of our extra money is going towards the wedding and paying off our appliances because when we bought our appliances, we did the whole interest-free shit. And so the end of that is at the end of this month. So we'll have that all paid off. So that's why otherwise I would have went out and bought my own fucking settling torch and just because I have spare copper in my car or in my truck, and so I'll just fucking practice myself. I'll just go pick up some solder, some flux, and just start practicing at home because I have been watching YouTube. But the two schools that I was really interested at out of all the ones I was looking at was EVIT, which is out in Mesa off of Main Street in Alma School, and then there is MPI, which is out in Phoenix. And MPI was more intriguing to me because they have a 12-week program and they have night classes where EVIT only has day classes. So the night classes at MPI is from 5 to 9, and they have FAFSA options. So I got to call them tomorrow to set up an appointment to go meet with a counselor over there because I just want to add because through all the research I've been doing the last couple of weeks, man, like the plumbing could not be the route I want to go, man. There's water treatment, there's fucking waste management, there's like big careers that I could get into. And so if I have all this background and certifications under my belt, it'll just be even better.
So, do you remember Taylor Schutte?
No, that name doesn't sound familiar.
He was the maintenance guy at the old Apache station that we hung out with all the time because he was like our age.
Oh yeah. I remember him. I don't remember his name, but
Uh,
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
yeah, man. He works. I think he does the water treatment plant. He works at the water treatment plant. That'd be if you want. I'll text you. I guess I'll text you his number. And
Yeah,
then
text me his information, dude. I'll reach out to him.
you guys can talk about stuff.
Yeah, well,
Shit.
dude, a lot of people don't realize, man, like in all the trades, like yeah, electricians, it's important because electricity and framing to build the homes, about like all the different trades. Yes, they're all important in their own sense. I understand that, but and it wasn't until it was explained to me by this old timer, 71-year-old, that, and it's true after doing my research, like plumbers, dude, that plumbing, the whole trade, we are responsible for the health of people through water, through sewage, through methane, through gas. Like, we have a lot of responsibility to the public. And it's like, dude, there's so many different avenues that I could go through. And so it's cool that I'm realizing this now because I'm only 39, man. I'm young. I could have a start of a career right now and be good to go.
Very true. Very true. But I mean, I said this from the beginning, and I, you've explained yourself very well. But
Thank you.
I was, I was saying it's only a matter of time before Paul gets tired of this and finds a way to move on to something else.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
What it was, dude, is I was afraid of my own. I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of my confidence. I didn't have confidence in myself for a long time. I dumbed myself down for so long that I believed it. And now knowing like I'm not an idiot, like I am actually extremely intelligent and I can figure shit out and I can do things well beyond my means. And so if I have an opportunity to fine tune that and learn more ways to build on my craft, I'm gonna fucking do it.
absolutely,
So
absolutely, and it's. But I would be not a good friend if I didn't say, hey, please be sure that this isn't just one of those fuck it, I'm moving on things. You know?
no, we all know how obsessive I can get of things. And like you, that's what my parents were talking about too. They're like, Paul, this is your MO, man. You get all about one job, and then mo- a few moments later, it's like, oh, I fucking hate. It's like, no, I get it. Like that. That's unfortunately that's the path that I have to live. That's the writing on the wall, man. It is what it is. And so
Yeah,
I instead
and
of
don't take that as an attack either. It's,
oh no, I wasn't. It's a truth, and that's why I made that comment earlier when you were like the fifth person that told me that. It's like, okay, I need to take a look at myself now and realize what, okay, is what I'm talking the truth, or is this just emotional, or what's really going on? Because now I have five different people who all have my interests at heart, and they're all saying the same thing. So come on, what's going on here? So now I need to take a look at myself and put the mirror up and be like, okay, what's going on here? What can I do different to make this situation better? And that's why today I was like, you know what? I'm going to accept it. It is what it is. This is who my boss is. This is how he runs his business. And this is how he wants to do it. That's how he's going to do it. And you know what? I'm getting paid regardless. It is what it is.
have I told you why working at Caterpillar in Victoria didn't work out for me?
No.
Okay, so I don't even know if you knew this, but I worked at at the Caterpillar plant in Victoria, Texas, and
I knew that.
they build the excavators.
Okay.
And I was on the lower line, like the base. Okay, and I just come out of the oil field. Right, I'm used to making, you know, $18 an hour plus overtime, and it was a guaranteed at least 60-hour week. Right, and this was back in 2013, 14. Right, so
Okay.
I was doing okay. I was doing okay. Price of oil crashed, job went away, needed to do something. Grandpa worked at Caterpillar for 40 years. I can do that too. Well, um, the blessing and the curse with a job like that is they're so used to union stuff and how things run because the world base is in Peoria, Illinois, and you have to be in the United Auto Workers Union to work at Caterpillar.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so everything there was very unionized, and I left Illinois because I didn't want a union job. I understand why unions exist, but I hate being a part of a union.
I couldn't
Uh,
agree with you more.
I was a part of the meat cutters union.
I was local 48 plumbers union out in LA.
Yeah, so it's so they're so I had to go and take this course on how to use everything and critically think with my brain, so I could be certified in the tools.
Okay.
I get to the job and they say you still haven't had enough tool training. Here's what you can do. And of course, I just came from the oil field where I was maintaining hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment on top of building and placing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment while moving millions of dollars worth of shit. Right?
So you know how to handle a tool or one or two.
I've been down that road. So I'm in a job where I'm making way less money and I'm getting treated like a child. Okay, and it's lapsed, but I had an OSHA certification for everything on top of my Texas Department of Transportation heavy driving permit. You know, like, so I was like, here's all my certifications. I went and I got on their website and I took all the courses that I was supposed to take and multiple times more in classes that were too advanced for me. And I presented them all to my boss. I said, here I am. Here's my qualifications now. And he goes, oh, well, you still gotta, because it's union shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, not to mention, he probably didn't have those certifications himself.
Well, right. But see, also in trades, it's you have to earn your right to get those extra certifications and do those things. But how Caterpillar was set up back then was if you have a login, you can take these courses.
Okay.
Like before I quit, I was working on gear theory.
No shit.
And I was a grease guy for the turret. You know, but so
damn.
And it was just because I was like, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this because if I can continually prove that I am above where they have me, they're going to move me somewhere or believe that I'm competent. And because at the end of the day, it's a trade job. I was the new guy. I still did the bitch work.
Yep.
So I said, okay.
Yeah. The only reason why I haven't left yet is because he made shit like this. He made tank tops. He made shirts with my name on it. He gave me a hoodie. Like, I fucking feel bad because I had this sense of loyalty that has just always been in me. And it's like, God damn it.
the what I was getting at when I told you that whole long story was because I wasn't necessarily done. I was way too
my
cocky.
apologies.
No, it's okay. I was way too cocky. Honestly,
Why though? If you know what you're talking about, why is that cocky instead of confident?
no, it was definitely confidence, but it was overconfidence
Oh, okay.
because I'm working with, depending on the day and how things go, I'm probably my hands touched over $1 million a day, easy. So there's a reason why that job was the way it was. No, I wasn't making the money I wanted to make, and no, I wasn't necessarily doing what I wanted to do. And the people I worked with were terrible. But if I would have stuck there, I could have been anywhere in the United States, if not at different plants in the world. Because
No, no, go ahead.
because you had the option to apply for jobs everywhere. And I didn't know this, but actually my distant cousin was up in the chain of command at that plant. I didn't know that until after I quit. But I'm not a nepotism kind of guy.
My cousin's husband is a mechanic for Caterpillar, and so he left them in Oregon and went with another company in Northern California, so that way my cousin could be closer to my family. And so Caterpillar hit him up, and they offered him 350 grand and paid for their moving to bring him back up to Oregon. So now he's sitting on 5 acres, their own well, 2,400 square foot house. I'm like, fuck, man, making 350 grand a year.
Well, it's my uncle. He works in the more of the technical side of things at CAT. I'm more on the computer side of things. He's been doing that since before he and my aunt got married. So that was he's been doing it for like 30 years, 20, 25 years, something like that. And then the only reason why Grandpa retired is because he had 2 heart attacks in the same day.
Jesus.
But so he was he'll tell you he was doing just fine until they put him in the office.
Yep.
So like my grandpa was he was a motor T mechanic in the Army.
Okay.
And then moved and met my grandma, moved to Peoria, and started working on the assembly line for Caterpillar tractors, moving the bulldozers.
Okay.
And he did that forever. And then when they made him foreman, that's what. So he had his first heart attack at home. Then he had his second heart attack at the hospital the same day. But so like I remember going to the United Auto Workers strike. Because I don't know if you remember that. There was
I was going to say that was in the 90s. I do remember that.
Yeah. And it was like everybody that worked at Caterpillar was like, because it wasn't just they were messing with their pay, they were starting to mess with the retirees' pensions. Hell no.
Nope.
But yeah, man,
shit,
that was,
dude.
Anywho, trades. That's what I'm getting at is you have to make sure that you really are upset with how things are ran for real, just because it's different from how, and it's not just because it's different from how you do it. And you have to realize that it's still a trade. And even though you have all this experience and you know how to use a tool, it's just you still haven't earned your spot to use that tool necessarily just yet. You know?
Right.
That's
I know,
all.
it's only been 3 months, dude.
That's
It's literally only been 3
that's a
months.
big round ass about way to get back to where we're.
I
Now,
appreciate it, brother.
now imagine playing at the Bud Light Hotel during the Super Bowl across the street from where Jimmy Fallon and the Roots are doing a live showing of The Tonight Show. And then the very next day, going back up on the same rooftop, the Bud Light Hotel being completely gone and getting paid way less to do the exact same thing. Like, that was literally a weekend for me in whatever 2012, whatever the last time the Super Bowl was here. And DJing taught me that it's one of those things, you're only worth what you negotiate. And to get the opportunity to play certain places, you often take less money for either the exposure, the networking opportunities, whatever. And so I just remember myself, and this is in, again, downtown Phoenix, epicenter of the Super Bowl celebration. And I made 4 times more money DJing at a hole in the wall shotgun bar in the early 2000s in central Indiana, the early 2000s, by charging $5 a head at a door that the fire code was maybe 150, but between the start and the end of the night, there were 400 people that would come in there. So there were nights that I made $2,000, and my wife was at the door with the clicker. Like, that's how guerrilla it was in order to get what I wanted, because I knew that's what I was worth. And I just had to find the right place that would give me the opportunity to not have to prove to them or for them to have to pay me. So I said, don't worry about paying me. I don't want any of the bar. I said, let me take $5 at the door. You just advertise cheap beer, dollar beers, and live DJ. Cool. $2,000 on a fucking Thursday, a random ass Thursday in Central Indiana, dog. I'll never forget it. All cash. All cash. And I played during the Super Bowl. I didn't make half that much. And it was like the brightest spotlight on a billion-dollar industry. So, like, hearing you talk about how you work with million-dollar equipment or this, that, and the other, it's like it's a very weird perspective to not have the qualifications to own any of that stuff, but then still have, a sense of entitlement in terms of what you feel like your worth is. And I think anybody with a healthy ego ought to feel that way. And I think most people do. But yeah, man, regardless of whatever the experience is, like, you don't always take a step forward. Like, I've taken so many steps back in my life, and I left what I was just talking about, my DJ career. I just left it. I literally just put it on pause, and I said, ? I had 2 people who wanted me to DJ their weddings. I think I'm looking at one of them right now. And all of that just kind of got put on the side because I had to go 100% in on a thing I had never done before and take care of a family. Oh, and then a pandemic. Like, if I started talking about the ins and outs that I had to deal with during that time that I didn't tell anybody about because it was nobody else's problem but my own. Like, that's just wild, dude. But I'm such a better business person for having gone through that experience and having to take L after L after L after L while every single month $3,000 was coming out of my bank account. Like, that is a fucking tough pill to swallow. And then to get out of that situation and then to set myself where I'm at now and then to have my top vendor to just go out of business completely. Like, on the highest high I've been on, and then boom. No heads up. No IOU. They don't owe me an explanation, bro. That's just business. And every single person that I deliver to is either saddened or they're very surprised at the move itself. And so not only do I have to understand that this great opportunity is coming to a screeching halt, but also I have to be reminded of how good that situation is being is disappearing because every time I deliver, someone talks about the situation. So like, I'm still getting paid. I'm still as busy as I've been. I'm still doing my thing. I'm doing it on my own terms. But there's a lot of friction. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of everything that comes with that, and you don't have to deal with any of that, dog. You just have to show up to a spot and dig. So again, it's about perspective. It's not about marginalizing your situation. It's about giving you perspective so you understand. Yes, and we validate your feelings and the emotions, and you hitting a wall. All that shit is valid, dog. It all makes sense. However, don't allow it to consume you because you're bigger than your situation, even on your worst day.
Preach.
Yes, that. 100%
Yes.
that.
I could have
1,000%.
I could have totally had this up the whole time while I'm dropping a gem, and I never do. I never do. So,
No,
yay.
that was fucking well said and well fucking executed, sir. Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely, man. That's why we're here. So, again, and full circle, dude. Like Jake, I literally reached out to him this morning, late as hell notice. I'm pretty sure I sent him a sorry. Like I was like, I didn't like his, I didn't like his post, but I was like, hey man, sorry for the late notice. Like I still at least gave him that much, like because he deserved that. Because it was a late ask. He had to, put on a juggling act with because he had to consider Brittany, he had to consider the kids, he had to consider multiple things, all trying to do a benefit. He's getting paid to do it, but he's still doing me a favor. So it's like there's a lot of things wrapped up into it. And no, I should have asked him ahead of time. I should have done this, that, and the other. But my situation I was overwhelmed by my situation. But again, I'm bigger than my situation at all times, and I have people in my network who I've done good things for in the past that will drop what they're doing and try to make it work. And Jake's one of those people. So like, as much as his day sucks, it sucks that his day got worse because of him trying to do a good deed for me. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
So that's another intangible that I can't tell people about when it comes to being a business owner or an entrepreneur or whatever. But it's like you affect people. Everybody you touch, you affect. So and now having this conversation, I wouldn't have known. Jake wouldn't have told me that. He wouldn't have said, "Look, man, my day was after you asked me to do that, bro. My day was shitty, bro." Like he's gonna eat that because he knows that it's not intentional. It's not a personal thing. It's just a shitty circumstance that fell through. So
yeah, and it's, I don't blame you for my day being funky.
Because next time I'll hit him up with good notice. It'll be a good job. I'll hit him up. I'll pay him quickly, and then done deal. Like, and he gets a little workout in. Because everything I touch now seems to be real heavy. So.
Oh, hey, did that dude's chairs ever get sorted out?
Oh, it got worse. So Jake helped me with a gig out, I think in the crick, and the guy, we delivered a dining table and chairs, and he got like 6 dining chairs, and then he got 4 dining chairs, and then he got 4 bar stools or something like that.
Every single one of them was chipped the fuck up.
Every single one of them was chipped on the back. Yeah, and so it was like, it's just a situation where either that's how they were, and it was a design flaw, or there was a freight error, and it was damaged. And so, not a big deal. We can address it. It's the back of the chair. Like it's not like it's not the noticeable part, and it's the shape of the texture was distressed, so it looks damaged, quote unquote damaged. All right. Anyway, so
okay.
So it was kind of him nitpicking, but at the same time, it was noticeable. So we set this guy's table up. I take off, and then that was on what, Friday or Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
It was on Wednesday. I had a stack on Thursday. They made me add his stop again to the stack because his table, they were messing with it, trying to get it to work. One of the plastic leads inside the part that extends snapped, and so they couldn't close it all the way to without the leaf, and then they couldn't extend it far enough for the leaf to go in. So yeah, it turned into a much worse situation. I then had to take the table apart again. I took it back to the store on top of all the other stuff, like in the middle of my route, dude. It was a hot mess. So yeah, it was. But again, I'm not gonna tell Jake about that because that's not something he has to concern himself with because that's not part of the business.
Well, so, and then the thing is with this dude is it was looking like he was moving in with his son because he's at that age where he's like he needs to be with somebody else.
Yep.
And like, it's like, yeah, dude, like I want to be a part of an experience where this may be the last place you ever live. I want you, I want, the stuff that we bring to you. I want it to be up to your standard, because he was having a hard time like walking and talking and breathing at the same time, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
like, damn dog, I'm sorry.
He's definitely lived some life. And,
Hell yeah.
That's how our dude was yesterday, man. We did 2 toilets, 3 faucets, and a bunch of angle stops. And I'm not kidding you. This dude straight up told me the highlight of his day yesterday was seeing his toilet installed, because it was a father moving into his daughter's house because of he served in Vietnam War and only had one leg and got to that age where he couldn't live on his own anymore. And she rolled in on his wheelchair and saw the toy. He's like, "This is the best part of my day." I'm like, "Oh my god, dude!" All right, hey, cool, dude.
Shout out to that shitter working.
No kidding. See, you're out.
Yeah,
I feel this sounds like a warm up for waste management.
Yeah, dude, it's just it's little things, I guess, man. And we got tipped $20 each yesterday.
Yeah, you're just on the consumer side of waste management right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
Which sounds worse, but
Well, speaking of which, I actually do know what time I'm working tomorrow. I have to be on the job site at 6:30
There
in
it
North
is.
Phoenix, so it's going to take me 45 minutes to get there. So I have to be up at like 4:30.
I'm gonna say you're up late.
So I'm gonna have to. Well, what time is it?
About 9:30.
Okay, shit. Yeah, almost 2 hours, man. It's a good show.
Shit.
Well, but yeah, no, I had a fantastic time talking with you guys. I've missed you guys very much, and I'm so grateful and thankful for this opportunity to sit down with you gents and just have our talk, man. This has been a highlight of my week so far, so thank you.
likewise.
Yeah, man. I needed it.
Yeah, I needed this too.
Sorry for fucking up your day again, Jake.
No, dude, you did not. You did not. I did. I chose to let that affect me in that way.
You did. But still, I was the catalyst. Without that happening, without that text message, your day probably would have been much better. The butterfly effect.
Oh, shit.
Well, thank you for listening to the Sober Swole podcast, everybody. Once again, my name is Jake Howard.
And my name is Paul Rowe.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Fucking
I'm old, man. Leave me alone.
Old Edward Norton from
I know. It's
American
growing in
History
ice.
X needs to go to bed.
I know,
Means
it's
not
growing in
welcome.
ice, man. You see this? Oh, shit. I love
All right, well-
everybody, and I love you guys.
Well, Ryan, are you going to sign yourself off, or am I going to do it?
Bye.
See you.
Hey, bye.
Bye, see you later. Bye.
Love you guys. Mwah.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
All right, so